You're listening to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List on 93 WIBC.
Welcome to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List. My name is Kyle Hawk, and I'm going to be your host today. And each and every week on this show, we provide you with the best in home improvement, health, and lifestyle topics, and we get hot information and trending news from reputable service provider experts who share their insider knowledge of their field. And last week was a real trip. We talked all about travel with our expert travel agent, Kathy Duvall of Beach Bum Vacations. Whether you're planning a family road trip or even a destination wedding, you've got to hear what she has to say. You can find that episode by downloading our podcast on iTunes. Just pull up iTunes on your home computer or the podcast app on your smartphone. Search Chat with the Experts. You'll get access to every single one of our episodes. And if you hit the subscribe button, you'll stay up to date on every single show as we release it. You can also find us at angieslist.com, and if you're looking for a reputable handyman or someone to care for your lawn or thousands of other services, you can find reviews on service providers in your area by joining Angie's List. If you go to our site and click Join Now, use the promo code WIBC40. You're going to get 40% off an annual membership, which is now under $10 for the entire year. You absolutely cannot beat it. Check it out at angieslist.com. Well, today we're talking about one of our favorite topics on the show. We're talking about pets. Not only is it great to get helpful information on this topic, it's just plain fun to talk about. And whether you're a longtime cat owner or have just adopted a new pooch, or maybe you're a keeper of exotic animals, pets play a large role in our families. And as such, it's important to think about their needs when we leave town and how we can care for them when we're away. And joining us today is Deb Meno of Puppy Playground Daycare and Boarding in Indianapolis. And Puppy Playground started in 2004 and offers cage-free, interactive dog playtime and comfy, clean, and safe overnight care. And along with overnight boarding, they also offer light grooming services, which includes baths, nails, ears, teeth, de-shedding, and more. Deb's a dog care expert, and we are thrilled to have her joining us today. Deb, welcome to Chat with the Experts.
Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate you having me on today.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun topic to discuss. And I wanted to start by asking you how you got into this business. Have you always been an animal lover?
I definitely have. I was the kid in the neighborhood that would come home from elementary school and have 3 dogs to walk, or when the neighbor went out of town, go and take care of their animals. So I always grew up knowing that I had a passion for working with animals. And going off to college, was able to find a really great combination of both studying business as well as studying zoology, and was able to marry those two together with the formation of Puppy Playground.
So what's your favorite thing about your job day to day?
Well, the default and great answer is, of course, being able to work with dogs every day. That is evidently a dream, and it's just something that's wonderful to be able to do.
Yeah.
Forming the relationships with not only our canines as well as their customers it's fantastic. Being able to watch a lot of the dogs start at 12 weeks of age and literally come almost every single day and watch them grow up and become a trusted provider for their family. Yeah. It's a great honor.
That is really cool. Do you have any dogs of your own?
I do. I have a Greater Swiss Mountain Dog named Baxter and a giant Schnauzer named Marley. And unfortunately, we just lost our other Swissy last month. So never easy to lose a member of the family, but it makes you appreciate even more how much love and care that they bring to your day.
Yeah, no question about it. One of the big topics we're going to be talking about today is animal boarding, and there's a lot of options out there when it comes to overnight care for pets. Talk a little bit about what's available if somebody's going to be leaving town and needs somewhere to put their pet.
Certainly, there's a number of different options available and a variety of different opportunities, ranging from hiring a pet sitter that might come into your home that maybe visits 1, 2, 3 times a day, or even might stay overnight in the home. Other opportunities are places like Puppy Playground that offer daycare and boarding, so the dogs have interaction playtime during the day and then stay in a comfortable suite overnight. Yeah. All sorts of different varieties are available, and thankfully the market opportunity has really expanded here within the last 15 years to provide the pet owner a lot more range to be able to fit not only their budget, their lifestyle, but what's going to be the best fit for their pet. Because not every pet fits into every scenario.
Yeah. And it sounds like there's even options available when it comes to the length of the stay. I mean, talk a little bit about what you typically see at Puppy Playground. I mean, how does that work? Are there pets coming for just a night or pets coming for a week?
Sure thing. We do all of the above. We do a pre-screen evaluation on each dog that comes into the facility. Because of our cage-free environment, safety is our number one priority. So we need to make sure that all the dogs get along and play well together.
Yeah.
So after the dogs have passed that initial behavioral safety screen, at that point they can come anytime, whether it be for just one night. We have actually 3 dogs that are boarding with us right now that are doing close to 1 month stays. Our longest stay has been over 6 months,
Wow.
where one of our dogs, Sachmo, his mom and dad went off to military training.
Okay.
And they wanted to be able to keep him and didn't want to have to find another home for him. So he essentially lived with us for a while until they were able to finish their training, got restationed, got set up, came and picked him up. And now he's living down in Fort Hood, Texas.
Well, that's incredible to know that there's those kind of options for, whatever your situation is. So,
especially for the extended stays, it becomes even more crucial to make sure that it's a right fit for the dog.
Yeah.
I mean, last thing you want is for your dog to be stuck in a traditional kennel where they may only get one potty walk a day and not really
Right.
get that human interaction.
Yeah.
For those long-term stays, it's really, really important that the dog gets a lot of attention, gets a lot of exercise, has opportunities to be out of his kennel and get the interaction that they deserve.
yeah, I can imagine that one of the things people are thinking about, especially for an extended stay, is the cost that it's going to take to board their pets. What
Sure.
kind of cost are they looking at?
At Puppy Playground, our boarding rate is $35 a day. But that includes the 12 hours of cage-free playtime during the day, as well as the overnight stay.
Okay.
Everyone has a little bit of a different fee structure depending on which amenities you'd like to use. Some places have a lower initial rate, but then have different packages that you can add on to it.
Right.
So depending on if you need extra walk time, individual play time, or group play time, all of those can be additional features which you can typically find at a boarding facility.
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of people are coming into the conversation just thinking about the place where their dog is going to stay and not necessarily thinking about all the other things that go along with it that will be required for the dog while they're there.
Exactly. Think of it when you're going to a hotel, it's not just the bed you're sleeping in, but you have to make sure there's a clean bathroom as well as a functioning door, all of those other things that are important to go along with the entire stay.
Yeah. You talked a little bit about safety being such a high priority. What kind of care is an animal going to receive while it's staying somewhere like Puppy Playground?
So during the day, all of ours get a lot of personal attention. I mean, somebody that knows your dog's name, that's going to go through, love on the dog, give them attention, give them that same level of personal care that they would expect from mom and dad.
Yeah.
Some dogs love the dog-dog interaction and could really care less about having a person to come and play with them.
Sure.
Other dogs are on the other end of the continuum that maybe like dog interaction, but having me come and pick them up and carry them around for a while really is the highlight of their day.
Yeah. Of course, it makes sense that everybody would know there's places out there that you're going to want to keep your dog away from. How do you go about choosing the right place? Are there some telltale signs that maybe the place you're looking at isn't going to be a good fit for your dog?
There certainly are. Definitely looking at reviews. Places like Angie's List are great repositories of feedback, of experiences that other people have had. When I go and visit other facilities, let your nose do a lot of the work. If you walk in and you're immediately offended by the smell, just think that's where your dog's going to be spending his entire day.
Yeah.
Also looking at the friendliness of the staff. Are they excited to speak with you? Do they want to get that information about your dog? Or are they pretty dismissive? To me, that tells me a lot about how they're going to treat my animal, especially when I'm not standing there next to them.
Right. I mean, is it appropriate to bring your animal in? Do you see a lot of folks that kind of bring their dog to check out the facility and see how people are interacting with the dog while they're there before they make a decision?
Sure. And I would definitely recommend people calling in advance just to find out if there are certain visiting hours or what works best for the facility that they want to be able to come in and have a tour. If someone isn't willing to offer you a tour of the facility or give you a little bit more information, that should be a yellow flag right there that why am I not able to see, everything here? Certainly facility setups can vary where it's not always functionally easy to take clients back and show them certain things, but being able to ask them questions on the general care of the dogs, what the schedule is for the dogs for the day, how many times a day the dogs are let out, how many times a day the dogs are fed, how they handle dogs with medication or if their dog has special needs. All of those are questions that any reputable facility should be able to easily answer.
Yeah, definitely. It's important to know what questions to ask as you start looking for a place. Right now, it is time for our first break, but don't run off. When we return, we're going to talk more about animal boarding and dig into doggy daycare and DIY grooming tips. Keep it right here. You're listening to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List.
Introducing the all-new Angie's List app, your on-the-go resource for great local service. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you can access ratings and reviews, shop offers, and request scheduling assistance from the palm of your hand. Submit and stay up to date on your projects. Redesigned and easy to use, the new Angie's List app makes getting more from your membership simple and convenient. Anytime, anywhere. Download the free Angie's List app on iTunes today.